I spent all my childhood dissociating, so it's hard for me to remember a lot of what happened those years. But there's something that happens in our brains that I think it's true. Look, have you ever heard the saying, people tend to remember way better the moments where they felt fear rather than the moments where they were happy? Or something like that. Well, in my opinion, that is true. I tend to remember way better the negative moments rather than the positive ones. So today I'm going to share some of those moments. Just to clarify, the stories will go from what I felt less fear to what I felt more. When I was like 10, I liked going out a lot. In one of those days, I was hanging out with some friends. I had my roller skates on because I love skating since I have memory. Well, me and my friends were doing, children's stuff, playing, laughing, whatever. It was 8 p.m. We were alone at night, and I had my roller skates. All of a sudden, we see in the distance a guy wearing black clothes that melt with the darkness. You couldn't see his face at all. He was a dark shadow, but you could tell it was human. We could only see his movements. He was walking slowly, directly towards us. I was frozen, and my friends even more. We discussed what to do next. Run, ignore the guy that possibly was just going to a store nearby, or just continue with what we've been doing and act like nothing happened. We didn't know what to do, honestly. So we stared at the guy once more and he was pointing at us. We panicked immediately and ran away. Well, my friends ran. I skated. We never knew who that was or what he wanted. But it's a pretty interesting and mysterious story I have. So I was like 10 or 11 when this happened. Me and a friend were hanging out. We were sitting next to a store. It was 2 or 3 p.m. at that moment, so it was closed. Me and my friend were just chilling, right? With nobody bothering us because in my country, people take naps during some hours in the afternoon. The thing is, my friend was on the phone while we talked about stuff. Then we start hearing some whistles. We turned to see who was doing that at this hour, and we saw two grown men without their shirts due to the heat, I suppose, and a little girl between them. Technically, nothing wrong. They were just passing by, right? But something in them felt off. My friend and I went on alert. We watched them. They walked in our direction, but they were on the other block. It seemed like they noticed us staring because they started laughing and whistling at us. We got so scared we ran. My friend was afraid that they'll rob her, and I was afraid of being kidnapped. This experience scared me a lot because it was like when you run in your dreams. I felt like I was running so slow, it made me sick. In the end, we got out of there safe and sound. But I realized that day that I could not survive a horror movie. Oh boy, this one is my personal favorite, and one of the top 5 scariest and confusing moments in my life, I swear. Do you guys know Roblox? Surely yes. That platform globally known for its games and controversies. I played Roblox since I was little. Like since I was 7. I remember creating my first account with the name of Floor. and 800 numbers because that was the username Roblox offered me. I played natural disaster survival a lot. I'm talking about the times guests were still roaming Roblox. One normal day, I woke up and went to the kitchen living room where our family phone and PC is. I found my family surrounding the PC while they talked, and you could tell they were worried, angry even. My father approached me and started interrogating me, asking if I had talked to a stranger and gave them my phone number or something. I was confused. I didn't understand anything. First, I just woke up, bruh. And second, because I clearly didn't remember doing so. I was sure I didn't give my number to anyone. My father didn't believe me because a middle-aged man with accent called us looking for someone called Florcita not so long ago. When I heard that, I almost cried. I absolutely believed that someone had tracked our number. I don't know how. I know that Roblox gives you the option to put your phone number in your settings, but at that time I didn't do it, which was even more confusing. In the end, my dad forbade me from playing Roblox for I don't remember how long. To this day, I still don't know what happened that day. Was that a super weird coincidence or someone was really looking for me? I don't know. But I really like remembering that as one of my childhood's unsolved mysteries.
The dog with the butter dog. I got the butter on him.
This part of the video is more into the paranormal side. Oh, bruh, how I love this topic. I'm a crazy paranormal fan. And even if this part of the video is just some short stories with this topic that happened to me, I still want to share them because I could never give them a logical reason. There was this time I remember when I was alone in the kitchen where we have an old broken TV, and that if you wanted to turn it on, you had to press a circular button that was stuck, so you had to press it a little hard. Every time we turned it on, a darkened blue with the words no signal in green screen appeared. The thing is that I was alone one day peeling a tangerine when I suddenly hear a tick coming from in front of me. It was the characteristic sound our TV did when you turn it on. I was there analyzing everything for a moment because I was just thinking these questions. Is this normal? Have this happened before, or is this the first time that the TV does that? Why right now? How did it do that? I couldn't resist to run outside to get some fresh air. I was barefoot and was running in the yard with sharp grass, rocks, and thorns. In short, a spectacle. I went back inside, panicking. I checked the TV and rewinded in my mind everything over and over. But I simply couldn't understand how that happened. Me and my family tried to give an explanation, but I didn't buy it. Especially because that event never happened again, at least as far as I know in my experience. This other story happened in 2025, April, and I still don't understand what happened there. It was 4 in the morning, I was completely alone, drawing while I listened to music and sang. Just when I was most focused on what I was doing, I heard a masculine voice behind me in the hallway entrance. I turned, thinking it was one of my brothers that woke up or something. I even had in mind who it could possibly be, but I saw no one. I froze on the spot. I sit in there analyzing the voice I've heard, and the more I thought of it, the less I relationated it with the voice of my family. I tried to not think about it and just keep drawing, but I couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched and was very uncomfortable with it. This wasn't the first time that I heard something like that, to be honest. Things like that happened to me in the past and they're still happening nowadays. In September, two really weird things happened to me. One night, I was alone in the PC with the lights off. I don't remember what I was doing, but I remember having no music on because of the silence in the room. I remember minding my own business when all of a sudden I hear a snap with the fingers coming from the kitchen next to me. I have a clear vision from the living room to the kitchen because they are next to each other and have no doors separating them. I looked at the darkness and couldn't see anything. I got scared, not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting to hear that at all, and in the middle of the night. The other thing that happened to me was even weirder. I was drawing at night in the PC with my brothers in the kitchen when I started smelling some scent in the air. It was sweet, but not sickly sweet. Soft and strong at the same time. I've never smelled something like that before. And there is no one in my house that has a perfume like that. Not even close. It was so sudden. I never forget the sensation of peace that it gave me. It's a good memory because I wasn't doing so well in September. This happened to me literally the day I started writing the script. It's nothing scary, but it was too hilarious to me to not share it. I woke up in a common day. I was going to the bathroom like every morning, and when I entered, I see yellow stains everywhere. My first thought was that someone puked and didn't clean properly. I started cleaning the suspicious stains. Before that, I grabbed some clothes because I wanted to take a shower. I left my clothes in the vidette. After cleaning and taking a shower, I realized my shirt got stained by the yellow thing. After exploding internally in silence, I noticed that the yellow stain in my shirt had a peculiar smell, like mustard. I was confused as hell. Probably you too as well. Why was my bathroom stained with mustard all over the place? I asked my mom later, and it looks like the mustard in my fridge somehow exploded or something, and my brother was cleaning it with the mop in the bathroom. The mustard exploded so hard that my brother was also stained, and when he went to the bathroom to bring the mop to the kitchen, yeah, you already know the rest. I don't know, that story seemed too funny to not share. Thank you for making it this far, and I must say that this video script is being finished the 31st December 2025, so Happy New Year! I don't know when I'm going to post this, but I hope it's not too late to wish you a Happy New Year. Thank you for watching.